Welcome to Poppy's Poetry Corner. We finally made it to the time where rhythm and blues meets poetry and rhyme. Yep, we on the corner where it's safe to fire up your marijuana. But this room about to get hot as the summer, so you might need something chill like a glass of wine. Water does me just fine. Whatever relaxes your mind and help you recline after what might have been a hump day at work. Put yourself first. Where here nothing has to be rehearsed. Let me put it in reverse. The corner we back to is brought to you by Faith and Hustle. So it's some big hitters in this room, and it's okay to flex your muscle. Because we locked and loaded and heavily potent. Nothing corroded about our brain waves. Going back in the days where you could simply walk to the corner to find your muse. Or peep out the latest groove. We about to let the energy fill the room so it might get a little wet. Or fill you up till you get so high. Because around here, we get praise when your stuff is fire. So let us begin. Welcome to the corner, my friends.
Dear ex-partner, I want you to know that during 80% of our sexual encounters, I faked it. I played pretend. I moaned for you and groaned for me displeasure. You are not the person Missy Elliott referenced, but God, I wished you were. You could stay up longer than my antics. Foreplay filled with forced play. I came for you, but went out of my body for me because I couldn't stomach my own phony. Dissatisfaction turned dissociation. Your semen would cement my Emmy award-winning cries, and the wildest part of it all, you never noticed. You were too busy getting yours to realize that I wasn't having an enjoyable time. And this isn't about tally marks or taking account. It is me taking accountability for my inability to use my voice in a way that was self-serving, self-protective. You see, the world was too busy forcing young Black girls like myself to swallow its sex shame that it forgot to come around and teach us how to be sexually liberated. And how could I act on what I didn't know? If there's 101 ways to say yes, I never tried more than my hand could count. And if there's 101 ways to say no, the world never taught Black girls how to be empowered in only but a few. And even those were liable to be ejected from conversations. Why I gotta be called a bitch because I rejected someone's advances? People be quick at the lips to scrutinize fast-tailed girls, but never slow down enough to teach us how to slow down enough, to explore a healthy sexual life, to voice our needs during sex, that the sexiest thing I could do with my mouth is give consent. Church taught us sex was a sin, so we even avoided our own sexual self-pleasure. No wonder I couldn't tell them how I liked it. I hadn't yet even tasted my own nectar. The most liberated sex I've had was with a woman. And if sexual conversations weren't so heteronormative, I probably would have started sooner. But it's hard to be liberated when you are consumed with evading harm. So-and-so is coming over, go change your clothes. Always wear shorts under your skirts. Matter of fact, don't wear shorts or skirts. Tell me, do men adjust their fashion to keep themselves safe? To keep themselves out of the gaze of other eyes, because us women are apparently responsible for how we're looked at. But as a young girl, even when I could change my clothes, I couldn't change my body. The only letters I could control were those in a grade book, not a cup size. And to be ashamed of my own body is to be ashamed of my own home. And if I'm ashamed of my own home, I'm vulnerable to the sovereignty of men. Poem.
My poems be porn, not just skin flicks. No, this that scripture that wet pages with whispers. Words dripped off lips like so slips of sin. I write in moan and metaphors. Pen strokes curved like thick hips, tongue fluid in filth, but dripped in honey and Florida water. Lines be missionary deep, face to face with feeling, back shots of truth, gripping your soul like I talk nasty to your spirit. Shit like, I'll strum you hard to a rhythm that makes you forget your blues. You don't just read me, you ride me. Straddle stanzas, every breath between bars a climax, meaning composition. I let ink leak. Got these pages squirting secrets between thighs and third eyes till your mind floods with visions you can't unsee. My punctuation be poses. My commas clench moans. Ain't no safe word in these lines, only surrender. These ain't timid. This that soul-sucking, spine curving between the grammar. So when I say my poems be porn, I mean I preach in positions. Make you confess without touch. Leave your shaking off syllables and praying for more of this unruly tongue. But that's enough tonight. That's my piece.
You just gave yourself your own rewind because we want to hear what you got to say too. But you got to unmute it so we can hear what you heard, what you said when you said it.
Sorry about that. Touch, they do. The very soul. Lectures of power, poems of poets, vibe session blessings. The utterance of the mind becomes declaration's voice, exclamation of our times, expressions of choice. Visceral for your eyes, audible for your ears. Visceral for your ears, audible for your eyes. We are new breed poets, new millennium revised, bringing the new convicts convicted to their convictions, bringing the new converts, converting the conversation. No longer mental meal fights. Pursuit of wisdom means become a student of light. We are ones who refuse to bite the tongue, singing truth as if it's a song, differentiating and righting wrongs. So the truth be told, so the story be told. Same old story, but a different day. Difficult life is, but the game must be played. Remember, to access wisdom's road means to live on life's highway and to learn from it. Knowledge applied accesses depth perception. If we were dancers, we would dance. If we were singers, we would sing. But we're writers and poets. Those who grow, we write. We learn and we write. We know and we write and we show and we write. And we write who it is that we become in our humble manifestations, giving praise and lamentations. And we write and we write and we write. Poem.
Heartbroken love songs are her relief. 40-hour work weeks hide her pain. Red wine drowns her sorrows at night. Thoughts of romance and disorder are at hand. Masculinity is not complementing her femininity desires. She takes and gives too much of herself, provides food and shelter, buys misters suits and shoes, loans money when needed, and doesn't even have a payback date for it back. She accepts these things with hopes and prayers for him to be all right, yearns for Mr. to be empowered and lead the household as head. She does not respect him as man. He takes her money. He drives her car. He periodically resides in a home that she pays the bills for. He wins her over with loverboy eyes and a soft touch. His words feel good, but have no heart to love her. Much to do about her love. There is much to do about her love. It requires time and affection. Two-step dances that only she and him know the beat to. Her love needs truth with no secrets. Open communication of where you are going and what you are doing. His 2 to 4 days absences a week are suspicious. She knows nothing of his whereabouts, accepts the unknown because king and queen is mandatory in her eyes. Passive-aggressive anger grows inside her. Her love bitters as deception utters from his lips to her heart and ears. Infidelity she fears from clues from other women left behind her. Names and numbers found on hidden pages meant to be unfound. Fed up with Mr.'s bullcrap, she's become vengeance in flesh. Driven to do impossible things from heartache that he caused. The cage confines her rage. Graves of revenge dug for two. She waits for a savior, relationship status becomes single, afraid to mingle with new men. Her heart carries baggage from an array of men. New chapters cannot begin until previous chapters are read in its entirety. Much to do. Much to do about it. Much to do about her love. Poem.
Yes, I was born this way. No, I'm not a monkey. I have 5 fingers, 10 toes, yes. I'm human. No, you can't pet me. Yes, my hair feels like hair, and no, you cannot touch it. No, I'm not your token piece or your charity case. I'm fully capable, and yes, I have degrees. Melanated with education, yes. I know in your eyes that makes me dangerous because knowledge is power, and no, I'm not seeking your validation. And yes, you will give it anyway. No, I don't need you to fix me. Yes, my color will never be acceptable to you. But ask me if I care. Her story true, to be continued.
My love was like Monopoly. So honestly, she gotta see. How could he not be mad at me that I'm after you? Girl, he treats you like Baltic Avenue. So if you're bored, walk. Girl, you could be my park place, so stare into my dark face. Go home, tell your friends you're taken again. Tell them that he's fine and dark skinned. Tell them he's a come up like Landon on free parking. Are you listening? You should stop just visiting. Because when he's in them jail clothes, we can connect like railroads. Girl, he ain't loving you back. In fact, he treats you like a luxury tax. And when you get off of work, I can show you how your water works. I'm telling you everything you want to know because I keep it 200. Like every time you pass go. Poem.
Things that are just as ridiculous as falling for a nigga's potential. Getting on a roller coaster with no safety belt. Flying Spirit. That whole Trump twice thing. Going to family events sober. Believing that the earth is flat. Or that flat Pepsi is delicious. Or if the poem gets a lot of likes on Instagram, it must be good. Eating a Popeye's biscuit with no drink. Believing that sleep and ginger ale and Vicks cures everything. Pretending that his mama did a good job raising him. Pretending that his daddy loved his mama. Pretending that he loves you. Pretending that he loves himself. Believing that he wouldn't do it again. And then believing that he wouldn't do it again. Getting a BBL done in the basement. Staying. Not going to therapy. Acting like his music is good. Faking orgasms, acting like he don't kind of look like a mosquito or a bulldog or something that bites people. The fact that you let him kidnap you and take you to the land of silly and simple. The fact that the prompt for this poem was swimming in molasses, how terrible molasses smells, how your body will tell you when somebody doesn't deserve to be there, how destabilizing he will make your body feel, how you will convince yourself that the instability you're experiencing is what being swept off your feet is supposed to be, how when he leaves, you will contemplate to be or not to be, writing unsent love notes into your own body, how everybody tells you to be happy and you're having to explain to them that you are, but your face just doesn't know it yet, realizing that potential is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things that you will never see, but hear about again and again and again, about how when you tell him that you ain't never seen it, he'll tell you that you lack vision, that this will be the man that you choose to love on purpose. Because there is no way You fell in love with being that silly on accident. Poe.
Ooh, that's my type of speed round, man. I love when they come through the corner and fire everybody ass up. Foul, foul, foul. It's a drive-by, bitch. Yeah, boy, y'all already know we back, man. It's Wednesday again, my favorite day of the week because of this show right here. Welcome to Poppy's Poetry Corner as we present Never Ending Story, brought to you by Coastal Sunflower Body Scrubs, all the natural scrubs, teas, balms, all you need to keep yourself shining. Never mind, y'all know I get to singing. Last week, man, if y'all missed that rewind, it was the one and only la 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 la. So make sure y'all tap back in the last week. It was a nice show. And that spotlight y'all just witnessed was Jess. You know what I'm saying? Voted by us. Yep, we did it this week. We put them in the spot. And I love every last bit of it. If this your first time watching the show, hit the subscribe button so you know when we lit. We got a lot of first time poets in here tonight. So y'all make sure y'all show them some love in the space tonight. Show them how we really get down on the corner. You know what I'm saying? And if you P.P.C, then you know we love us some you, man. Thank you for always tapping in. Y'all already know, man. Let me get Shem. Just wait. It doesn't take me that long, man. Hold up. Oh yeah, y'all know we up like the sun. Season 3. What you thought? You thought we weren't coming with great poets and books? No. Hold up. They got it all. Let's go.
He knows so shameless hosting.
Be on the corner too.
So you know that shit is tight. That corner's a
Man, oh shit, I am. But the first person we got coming up is definitely a king, man. Born and raised in South Jamaica, Queens, New York. Nashawn has been a musician since 7. Wow. To start, man, hold up. And started writing poetry in high school, where instruments couldn't always capture his truth. Poetry gave his voice a new sound and clarity. His work is a symphony of lived experiences, rhythm, and expression. So tonight, y'all better get ready to vibe, baby, because it's Nashawn. Well, I called him up. You know I will blink. There it is, because I blink you up in this thing. What up, King?
Blessing.
How you feeling?
I'm hearing like double distortion. I'm hearing double distortion. I'm connected twice. I'm feeling blessed, but I'm hearing double distortion. Hearing you spit, and then like 30 seconds later, you hear me spit again, and it's like
You sound like that for us too. No problem. Let's try to get through these questions right fast if we can. Your show comes back October 5th. Tell the people what to expect and how to tap in. And try muting while I talk. And see if that helps.
Okay. So now my show comes back October. Okay. My show comes out October 5th. It's called Poetic Vibes. It's on Sunday. Starts at 10 in the morning. The vibes are spiritual vibe for the Sunday. My show is back on Monday, the 6th of October. It's called Smoking Words, and the vibe for that show is everything you want to do. In fact, when we come back, we're doing it's a show starts at 11:20 at night. When we come back, we'll be doing a product for the night when we first come back. You're muted.
Shit, I mutated. I should have played it for my damn self. See, I muted because I thought that, you know what I mean, that might have helped with the discussion that you was hearing. But what I was saying is, I think I heard you say your show is Sunday night at 11, and then again Monday morning. Y'all come back with good poetry. Is that what I heard? It's a hard nut life over here. I don't know what men and the king got going on, but what I do know is we just finna get to that piece, because I don't know what's going on. Can you do the piece for me? I'm gonna get out of here and see what happens before I kick him out. One of us got to go though. Hold on.
Okay. Toking sleeves of trees in papyrus leaves, playing cutthroat with killers, thugs, and thieves. Money in a pot, gambling on spot, taking a chance to win more than what you got. Slingers on the corner, never looking at a foreigner. Another random shooting in the hood, you better call the coroner. Queens life, Southside life, hood life, New York, lived in the apple, left the apple. But I love the apple, so I'm back in the apple, no longer in NJ or LI. The reason there are 8 million stories in a major city because twists, turns to both, and things get shitty. Playing hustle economics better than playing with phonics. They have stacks of cash, but still ignorant, let's be honest. What's the sense of living in low-income housing in a luxury car? Hood rich ain't shit if you ain't hook star of love near and far. Having lived up a lot of spread offenses of opposing sides, making blood with blood and crips, cheese, cheddar, chicken, loved by both sides. Money moves and talk and wars. Yet ignorance can bring more wars. Can't avoid ignorance, which gets niggerance. And ignorance somehow becomes or begets violence. To survive, you must be streetwise, focusing your mind, ears, and eyes, watching out for the devil amongst the demons. The true narrative of time and place is heathens. See, sex always sells for a reason. See, the admin know well that people believe pleasure is freedom. Pimps, queendoms, whoredoms, prices won't change for you to afford them. When the TV, movie, tablets, and stuff let you down, turn to sex as opposed to boredom to leave your crown. Looking forward to nightclubs after work alley, back alley strip bars, bareback low drops, only $69.99 as long as you got your car. When you can't seem to fulfill your needs, you start doing cool, selfish deeds, becoming the worst of yourself, the worst of humanity, abnormal, abhorrent, immoral, indecent, immoral, offending deviancy. You don't know yourself. Self-control and creativity is what you go into one of those many churches, see God, pay about their needs. But the whole world is crazy, becoming more and more indecent. Have self-dignity. Have cleanliness. Be spiritually obedient. Have love itself for the love of the foot. Think of others. Try to do some good. You can avoid negativity without avoiding the streets. Show true, genuine, appropriate love to all you meet, including your enemy. Kindness and love better than killing with guns and knives. You might turn away and turn an enemy into a true friend while saving both your lives. See, to get the status low key, you just have to be real and survive time. Be humble, be honest, yet unique. Be the goodness of life and shine. Home.
That's that corner talk. Yeah. Woo! Powerful every time that I look up. Yeah.
Hey. From what I heard of the poem, it was a very powerful piece. So I had to go ahead and give it some corner talk. Man, y'all already know we're going to keep this thing rolling, man. Next from DC and Maryland to Los Angeles, Brother Ziggy has been writing and performing since childhood, delivering poetry that uplifts, heals, and carries a message for the people. His pen is rooted in positivity, purpose, and peace. And y'all know that's definitely what we talking about on this corner right here. So y'all know, y'all got to welcome Brother Z. Let's go.
Thank you, Poppy. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, man, I hear you great. I hear you great, man. You know what I'm saying? So I got a couple questions for you. First of all, where can the people find your published work, and is it corner prices?
Okay, well, right now, as far as my I don't have any published poetry out right now in a book. I've had some of my poetry and compilations of books. I do have a children's book that's coming out within the next couple weeks or so.
Man, that's a book. You're supposed to just been like, yes, I have this book here. It's a kid's book, right? Not that book with the kids. I'm sorry, but you know it's a kid. So tell us a little bit where the people can find the book. The cover looks absolutely amazing. Tell the people where they can find the book. I got grandkids too. It's perfect.
Okay, so about the next 2 weeks, you guys can find on Amazon, and Lulu. Yeah, it's called Remember Your Vows of Human Love. It's for children of all different races and cultures, and it's pretty much just teaching children to live together in unity and love. I work in the school system. Last year, I was at an elementary school, and I worked with two phenomenal teachers, Mrs. Frazier and Ms. Johnston, and they inspired me to write this book. It was just teaching kids to love each other. Doesn't matter your gender, your color, and we all just come together as one. So it should be out by the next couple weeks or so.
I love that. I love that. I'm definitely going to tap in when it drops. Your poetry carries a strong theme of healing. What inspired that focus?
Pretty much just some of my life experiences, things I've seen with my family and friends. And just I learned at a young age, you know, that you can either dwell on negativity and sink in that, or you can just rise above it and, you know, just rise above to the clouds and just, you know, it's either you sink or you swim. So I chose to swim.
That part. And my last question before you get into your piece is, with so much traveling that you did, how has moving from the East Coast to LA influenced your voice as a poet?
Ooh, I'll probably say just dealing with so many different people. You know, I look at it as a privilege. So especially, I mean, East and West Coast, I deal with all different cultures of people, especially being in Los Angeles. It's a huge melting pot. So dealing with industry people in Hollywood and then dealing with the people in LA and, you know, just getting around, just dealing with different cultures. And I want even some people who we don't speak the same language, but it's an energy and it's a vibe. So all that contributed to me as a person and my experiences, just my self-growth.
That part. I love that. So what's the first piece you're getting into as far as tonight?
All right. Thank you, Poppy. So this first piece is entitled Minus 9 Months. I'm going to read this.
I know a lot of people that wish they had a mic. Never mind. I'm gone.
All right. Minus 9 months, y'all. Breath withheld. Steps never taken. Words never given a chance to be uttered for the first time by baby lips. Planned Parenthood should have been on speed dial for the number of appointments made. Man and woman finalized their decision before 90 days. Purple haze inhaled for memoirs of what could have been. Another mouth at the table costs too much for low-income workers. Funds tied up in bills and numerous treats. She eats sweets, he thrills and deals up intoxicants and side hoes. Spas and bars occupied their material time. No time to invest in a new life. A legacy was not needed. Easier to pay $315 than 18 years of overtime struggles. Odd couple that valued life as a bill. Usually, his seed was tied up in a magnum and flushed down the toilet. A worn-out coochie has had the procedure multiple times before. Incubus and succubus are their demons. Reasons for throwing seeds in trash cans, reasons for not wanting to water the trees, reasons they blasted Retrospect for Life from their boom box for hours. Gender requested to be unknown. Idols needed to replace breath depleted from beings who never exhaled. Breath withheld. Steps never taken. Words never given a chance to be uttered for the first time by baby lips. Planned Parenthood should have been on speed dial for the number of appointments made. Man and woman finalized their decision before 90 days. Purple haze inhaled for memoirs of what could have been. Visualizing his or her replicas on random days. Junior or daddy's girls riding bicycles on suburban ways. Feet running to the ice cream truck on hot summer afternoons. Parent-teacher conferences of the schoolwork the kids did not do. Tattletales, wishing wells. Bedtime stories told of the general fairy tales everyone knows. Nobody knows. The regret felt later on when you have no offspring to carry your name. Nobody knows. The jealousy of Mike Brady and James Evans Sr. when they're enjoying family time on the big screen. Nobody knows how many times the odd couple has done the same song and dance prior to each other. Terminating fetuses, making them heavenly sisters and brothers, lovers to many and parents to none. A seed's life was done, a tree's leaves never bloomed. No topsoil is needed for a garden not producing fruit from trees. Wilted leaves throughout the odd couple's garden. Hardened are their souls, wondrous. They roam through their lives curious of what the past harvest could have brought. A fireman, a nurse, twins, triplets, quadruplets, quintuplets. The odd couple ducked gardening for years. Fears of generational curses being reproduced. Worries of not paying another life bill. Death was the birth of her womb. Wasted seeds, non-bloomed, lay in his lagoon. Weeds occupy the odd couple's garden because they chose not to bring a child into this cruel world. Breath withheld, steps never taken, words never given a chance to be uttered for the first time by baby lips. Planned Parenthood should have been on speed dial for the number of appointments made. Man and woman finalized their decision before 90 days. Purple haze inhaled for memoirs of what could have been. Poem.
Boy, you sure ain't write that, because that shit right there was facts. Man, everybody, we know that story all too well, don't we? Let's keep this show rolling, man. From Greensboro, North Carolina, Jada Ingram is a powerhouse poet, mom, and community leader. She's a Grand Slam champion for both the Gate City Griot and Jamboree Soul Slam, and a current Watering Hole fellow. Oh, is that? Yep, that's what they say. Look, I had to slow myself down. Hold up. Every time she touches the mic, she brings visibility to the unseen and gives voices to the unheard. And tonight ain't gonna be no different. Y'all help me welcome Jada. Where's she at? Imani, you gonna come up here? Oh, boom, I'm looking at the wrong person. She's looking at me and I'm looking at her like, wait a minute. She's like, no, I am here. Who are you looking at with the camera off? I don't know who that is down there, but hey, Jada.
Hello, how are you?
How are you today? I said that wrong. It's Imani?
Jada Imani.
All right. So thank you for coming to the corner, baby. So what drives you to keep building and uplifting the slam community in your city? Or just the community, period, because it sounds like you do a lot of community work.
I always believe you should give back the love that you receive. Because that's the only way for love to be sustained.
Ooh, that part, short, sweet, and powerful, baby. I love it. What message do you hope young poets take away from your workshops?
To be themselves. It doesn't have to be difficult. It's as easy as you want it to be, or as hard as you make it.
Say that.
Life in general.
That's what I said. Say that. You heard me have to come. Well, I should have came back with a snapper and a circle or something. So, where can the people tap into your workshops? When is the next one? How often? Like, do you have them? Like, tell us about it.
So right now, I just come back from a little break. I'm starting my individual slam season because I just finished doing team stuff, getting back from Soul Fried. I'm getting ready to do SCRNC and Exit 36 in Florida at the end of the year. So right now you can tap in with me at Jada_did_it on Instagram.
She did it. Y'all heard all the stuff she just told y'all she did. And she about to, do some more stuff that's coming up. So with that being said, what's the first piece you're getting into tonight?
I think I'm gonna do this piece called Bell Hooks.
Bell Hooks. Let me get out.
Bell Hooks said that we have become a society conditioned to lie. Now, I don't know what's worse. Somebody thinking I was a liar when I was telling the truth, or the truth being so scary it makes niggas wish I was lying. Like, what if you found out the one time I told you the truth was when I said I was a liar? Like, if you found out that every time I told you I was toxic and you laughed, I watched my poison dance deeper into your bloodstream now. I wonder what we can call this type of interaction. Maybe it's like improv. And I know that the first rule of improv is to never negate, to always yes and yes, I follow the rules. Like when he said he couldn't fuck with me anymore because I was too mentally unstable. And I laughed at him like, nigga, yes. And I thought that's how we ended up here in the first place. Like, let's be fair. We both know you could always see yourself inside of me. But I can understand the denial. I've learned how to OD on my own duplicity. I've let niggas hold me like a failed psych evaluation. I've loved like a suicide note, earnestly but inconsequential to the actual plot. And now, every time my face gets covered in consent, my body betrays me and my back arches to remind me that I've been spineless before. So what's one more time? Have you ever given up everything so effortlessly that when they started to take you, almost forgot it wasn't your idea? Have you ever had somebody find home in the very body you tried every day to climb out of? Have you ever seen a dead body? No? The fuck you think I am? If not a walking graveyard. By the way you dug me out, I convinced myself that this was an expedition, that you were searching for the other side of forever with me. I didn't realize that this was an excavation, that I had become a sarcophagus, but I should have noticed how you had me wrapped up in those bed sheets. I saw the beauty in what I thought we were building, and then it hit me that the pyramids were always supposed to be tombs. See, I've made sacrilegious men feel so holy, they can't seem to hide their God complex in conversations anymore. And I can't tell if it's my blasphemous nature or my sanctimony that compels me to tell you that I've been doing the work of the Lord for a minute now, that this poem, it's definitely about you, but like 6 years ago, that I know we never had to flesh it out for me to know that the concept here was trash. And here you thought that this was just another display of my self-degradation, but baby, I've learned how to edit so good. I just rewrote you into an exercise of my own hubris, because as the story goes, if I take on man's sins, die a death that we can all pretend is beautiful, does that not make me more like Christ? Like if a poet dies at the hands of the poem she wrote, would that not be considered death by 1,000 paper cuts when the community embraces her like a crime scene? What message do we write on the yellow tape? Are we showing her where we've been burying the bodies, or teaching her how to hide the scars in a metaphor? Tell her that this shit is easy work if your ass already been a punchline. And look on the bright side, now your skeleton's got something to snap at. And are we not all looking to be entertained? I mean, wasn't the whole plot of Pinocchio that if you believe the lie long enough, that you can even make the dead tree breathe new life? Oh.
I just came on here to tell you was a bad mother. Hush your mouth. You know kids be watching the show. What, man? You ruined all the fun. I was gonna say mother sucker. Dang.
Man, the kids might need to hear that one right there. Woo, she just blew me away. Man, let me go to a commercial break. She just piped this energy back up. Hold up.
Hey guys, I'm Vaughn McCod, and I've been using Coastal Sunflower Body Scrubs for years now.
Style by Gibbs is great. Like, don't get me wrong, it's great. But my personal favorite is the blueberry one.
Well, don't take their word for it, man. We got so many flavors for you to savor. Tap in and get your own. Or ladies, spoil your man a little bit. You know holidays coming up and stuff. Get him some. Or get something that you want to smell on him even better than that. Let's go.
Yo, man, my next king is sharp, witty, and unforgettable. Kels is a comedian, storyteller, and a poet featured on Cyrus XM and Kevin Hart, LOL. Is that laugh out loud radio? Let's go. With a natural gift for mixing laughter and truth, he delivers punchlines that connect and captivate. So P.P.C, I hope y'all motherfuckers is ready, because it's Kels joking word. Let's go. That's whose name was off. That's who it was. It was his thing off. You gonna come where you at, Kels? Come out the bathroom, man. Not now. Oh, boom, there he is.
I had
What
to
to do?
move around a little bit. Sorry about that. Give me one
See,
second.
no need to apology. You know, I know how to call you to the room. I just know, come on in the room. I know how to get you in here. So I got a couple questions for you before we get into it. How can the people find your published stuff, merch, all this good stuff? Because you got so much merch. Like, how can the people find it?
Absolutely. So you can follow me on Instagram, Kells, KELLZ.jokingword.barksdale. And in my link, I have everything. So I have my book. It's called The Art of Joking Word. 30 plus poems coming. Just, silly content, funny poems. I'm going to do one of the poems from my book right now. Clothing line, no problems, because I don't want no problems. And that's all types of problems. That's financial, spiritual, physical, any type of problems. I don't want them. So that's the
And
story
he
of my.
ain't playing, y'all. He got the pillow, the throw pillow, the phone cases, the hoodie, the shirt, the pants. Like he don't want no problems in these streets out here. So y'all make sure y'all tap in if y'all don't want no problems either. I know I'm gonna get me some because I don't want no problems out here in these streets. So I need to just let it be seen on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like no problems. Come on, let's get it. So with that being said, let me get into it, man. The second question: what role does humor play in the way you process and share your own experiences?
It's major because I don't know. I feel like poetry has been so serious and so one way that now I get to bring in my element, my world of stand up into spoken word and really play with the words and have a good time.
That part, and I love that, and I'm ready to have a good time. So what's the first piece? And I heard it was out the book. I was listening, so we get a sneak peek right now, y'all. So what's the first piece you're giving us tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna do fast food part 2. If you want to hear part 1 or read part 1, you could either get my mixtape, The Funniest Poet Alive, or get the book, The Art of Joking Word. So.
I love the way he did that. I'm doing 2. If you want to hear 1, go that way. Go tap in and make sure y'all get there. Let's go.
I was on my way to Pasadena with this light-skinned chick that could pass vagina. She was so bad I had to let my pastor meet her. But this sinner buns. We was over before we begun. We had bad vibes, but I loved her like bag fries. She was my sky until I caught her preoccupied with 5 guys. We begin our bouts with screams and shouts about all the guys she let go in and out. I can't believe her. I caught this little skeezer texting Little Caesars that she was hot and ready like a piece of pizza. I wanted her to stop it, but I couldn't get her off of Johnny's rocket. So like food, at the end of the night, we got a scrap. And Roy, roger that. She let him get the cat and a Dodger cat. All get the strap. He's only 50 cents. I'm on the dollar menu. Speaking of money getting spent, she's a gold digger that settled for Long John Silver. I even caught her in churches with Jack in the Box, but this was no confessional. She was a professional. Faker, sicker than swine, even bacon ate her. She gave me a crappy feel, played me out like a Happy Meal. I want her, but I don't want to feud. Hold on. Let me answer my phone first. Maybe not, because I know I got my own dirt. In fact, I'm a Big Mac. I got back with Wendy's and Cinnabon. I sent her. Heart colder in December. It was tragic. I placed her gold when she was more nickel. This situation was classic. Just another bird holding my pickle. Of course, we had a special sauce, but we started beefing when I found sesame seeds in a bun. Son, let us talk about her onion. It had me cheesy. I told y'all I'm a Big Mac. But Wendy's, she got big. Wait, hold up. Shorty got thicker than a milkshake. How's she keeping all of that intact, calling herself a snack when she's more of a munchy meal? And this was something real. Shallow how? I grilled her so much she might have gained a quarter pound. After all the lies, I had to apologize. Because things were about to get greasier than a pile of fries. I said, yo, you remember Auntie Anne the cougar, whose flexibility was super, until she had Carl's Jr. Yeah, which brings me back to you and how I never lose your turn up. She said she could hardly disregard me for giving hard D's to her little sister RB, but she was hardly sorry for stepping with the Burger King, and this gave me a nervous frame. She said you was all up in Cinnabons, just worried about getting some, that you didn't realize when I left you for a chick, Cinna was the one. She said, don't lie. One day I chased you down the subway. You have no angles. Y'all got the dancing like Bojangles all up under the Popeyes. I was so livid. What was going through my biscuit? My main chick found my side chick and tendered my love away. The ender, I wiped two sides. All because I wanted to slide with some $5 box. See, this life must stop. I was an awful spouse. We was fighting every day like we lived in a Waffle House. Have some dietary restrictions. Stop the destructive living, or you'll end up in the past too, because you didn't. Stop eating that fast food part two.
Man, I hope your ass ain't broke, cause that was a stack. Okay, well, maybe it was 100. Okay, well, you kept it a buck, man.
Man, that was one of the most creative pieces I've ever heard. Hell, if y'all ain't gonna go check out one, I'm gonna go check out one. That was the dopest. That for real. Y'all already know we about to keep this thing right on rolling. Her story, true, has dedicated her life to serving at-risk youth and families. With the dream of opening her own holistic practice and nonprofit, she discovers healing power of writing through her first book, Me First, and since then has published My Truth Ain't Pretty and What Provoked by Love. Her poetry is both a testimony and an invitation, proof that healing may not be pretty, but it's possible. And tonight, she about to show you how all the possibilities are. Her story is true. Let's go. Yo!
Hello.
What it do? How you feeling tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, I'm up like the sun now, you know what I'm saying?
I know you got a lot of energy. I need some of that.
Now all you gotta do is wake up blessed. That's where I get it from. A well of blessings. You know what I'm saying? Every breath. You know what I mean? So I got a couple of questions. But before we get to the questions, where can the people find these amazing books of yours?
The most preferred way to find them is you can contact me on IG or Facebook and message me, and you can purchase them directly from me.
That's it. That's the only way. She said, come to her, make sure that you tap in with her on Facebook or IG. And she gonna sign that thing for you and everything, man. Make sure you tap in. What is that, 3 books now?
Yep. So first book, Me First. My Truth Ain't Pretty and Provoked by Love.
Yes, she got 3 of them things under her belt. Y'all know this is a championship. So with that being said, y'all know we have to support the artists over here. So make sure that y'all tap in. All right, let's get to these questions. What made you decide to turn your personal healing into a book and poetry for the world to read?
So my very first book was inspired. My son read one of my pieces. And when he read the piece, he was just like, Mom, you need to publish. Somebody need to hear that. And I kind of played with it for a year. And then COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And as we know, like we've all experienced, a lot of people went through a lot of hardship, a lot of difficulties. Kids in school, grades pummeling in, like so much stuff. And so I took that as my opportunity to start putting my work out there. And not only that, I felt like I knew what it's like to feel like nobody else went through something. And so this was my opportunity to, not only complain about something, but actually be a part of the solution.
That part. I know they say I'm getting hella feedback right now, but how do you hope your story empowers others to author their own truth?
So her story's true, right? It's all about the story. It's all about the narrative. Also validation. You're the only one that can tell your story. Nobody else can tell your truth but you. I also believe, no one can decide how you heal but you. You are the author of that. You decide what your healing process look like. You decide what your story sounds like. And my goal, if somebody decides to write one line, hey.
That part. If it's one line, it's a powerful line, then that's the whole story. I would hope not, but maybe so. So what's the first piece you're getting into for us tonight?
Proverbs.
Ooh, Proverbs. Let me get out of here. Echo and all. I'm out.
Proverbs. He that getteth wisdom loveth his own soul. He that keepeth understanding shall find good. Proverbs 19:8. She made them proverbs, deciphered the words of unreliability as biblical scripture, pasted their perspectives in places that was meant to be exposed, stripped herself naked intimately to worship them while they rebuked her openly with disregard and called it discretion. Hid from their bowels of compassion, they just wanted to enter her. Made her a wasteland. Wasted time collecting secretions, birthing barren heart. She bared the weight of the bitterness she never tasted, but swallowed it religiously. Sweet little secrets for everybody that purged her garden for their own pleasure. She soothed the masses, masking the shame, making her bed in ashes, atoning from sins she never committed, just committed to the tradition of positioning herself perfectly in positions before them. Receiving them like manna for heaven, blessings that fell from the sky, broken beyond the desire to reciprocate without reluctance. She became a bed for their burdens. Idolized their stature, she built them up. Accepted this ritual of dark tithing as holy communion, breaking herself for bloody soul ties. Allowed them to hold her to testaments of toxicity, creating communities with the chaos. Ignorant to her own sacredness, she made them proverbs, never realizing she was the altar that should be prayed to. The mud now removed from her eyes, she fully embraces her glory with a healed heart and a clear mind. Ashes to ashes, F to K. Poem. Her story true, to be continued.
Boy, I feel you on that shit. That gave me chills. Ooh, wait. Hey.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, and she always ended. To be continued, her story true. I be wanting a little bit more. What happened? But nah, y'all know we about to spin this thing back around, and we probably about to spin it around like a drive-by. Sean, look like he done came back in the room. I hope we can hear him, man. That first piece, I wanted to hear it so bad. You okay? Unmutate. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I'm back. I can hear probably everything is going right. You know what it was? I had two things open, and it was hearing the distortion.
It's still, I hate that you had two things open. You still kind of sound a little roughy on my end, but you sound a lot better than what you did. You answering me back. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. This is great. We're making baby steps. You know what I'm saying? And I'm loving it. So tell the people how to tap into the dang on show, man. It's October 5th, everybody. By the way, October 5th, Instagram. Tap it.
October 5th, 10 a.m. It's a Sunday. It's going to be on Nishan _Don on Instagram. Okay, that's my page that I use the host right now. It's a Sunday morning, so it's a Poetic Sunday vibe. It's spiritual on the Sunday, but for the Monday, we do it at night, 11:20 at night. Initially, it started at like 4:20 in the afternoon to go with the 4:20 smoking hours, but
right.
Wasn't too many people around that time because everybody did work and doing other. So I took it to 11:20 at night, and I said, it's gonna be smoking words. And coming back with it on the 6th, we're gonna do an erotica night.
Okay, that sounds absolutely amazing. It sounds like you got a variety coming up. So y'all make sure that y'all tap in. It sounds like 3 dope, amazing shows. Spiritual, and then they're just going to come back and they're going to do just poetry, and then they're going to come back and get nasty. If you like it, then make sure you tap on in. You know what I mean? Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a mother-sucking friend. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, what is the second piece you're going to give to us tonight?
Okay. We did the speed round, and the second piece I'm going to do right now is a song.
All right. Well, let me get up out of here. I like songs. Let's go.
Okay. Name the song is. Well, I'm not even going to name the song. I'm just going to sing it. Then say love hurts. My feelings trapped in reverse. Well, then will say love hurts. I pulled into feeling the worst. For them will say, love hurts. They try to change a blessing to a curse. For them will say, love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. It's like I've known you a lifetime. Till I'm always yours if you be mine. I know crazy I drove you, 'cause I don't respond like most mankind. I know I've loved you all of this time. Moments inactive, was deaf, dumb, and blind. I wanted you just as you wanted. Don't give up on me, give love a try. Then we'll say that love hurts. My feelings trapped in reverse. Then we'll say love hurts. I pull into feeling the worst. Then we'll say love hurts. Try to change a blessing to a curse. Then we'll say that love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. I know we've been harassed by our past. Maybe my love isn't fast, it ever lasts. They only see my love first class. When together around the town we match. Lord knows I'm lost without you, I have cried. So sorry when I made you cry. The only tears that should fall from my eyes to be overjoyed love of you and I. Then we'll say that love hurts. My feelings trapped in reverse. Then we'll say that love hurts. I pull into feeling the worst. Then we'll say love hurts. Try to change a blessing to a curse. Then we'll say that love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. Girl, let's just be reasonable. Just test my love to be true to you. Girl, so sorry what I put you through. Just want to be everything to you. So miss, I leave it up to you. I'm shooting my shot, my heart's for you. I know my love is slow, this is true. Love no off the earth unless you want it to. Then we'll say that love hurts. My feelings trapped in reverse. Then we'll say that love hurts. I fall into feeling the worst. Then we'll say love hurts. Trying to change a blessing to a curse. Then we'll say that love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. Then we'll say that love hurts. Try to change a blessing to a curse. Then we'll say that love hurts. Just think of their feelings first. Then we'll say that love hurts. Da 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 da. They will say that love hurts. That is already been beaten.
Oh, what the young folks say? Say less. That's what you need to do, because that poem said it all.
Woo! I'm trying to say less, because love hurt, baby. Not tonight. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this thing right on rolling. Brother Z.
Yeah,
Yo.
Poppy.
Yo. So you know we're doing this thing like a speed round without it being a speed round. What's the second piece you're giving to us tonight?
Okay, folks. All right, this next piece is a poem called Pure Hearted Tears. I wrote this some months ago.
Ooh, pure-hearted tears. I done cried some of them. Let me go.
Yes. Greed occurs. Human craves more over the other human due to inward insecurities, obsessions with silver and gold for display, fixations on land and territory. Human desires control. Jealousy and fabricated tales between humans generate killings. Imbalanced communication. Teachings for the Christian youth through Heru dwell. Human hungers for power. Pride overtakes. Ego demands stroking for fleshly pleasure. Lustful mindsets and release of orgasms for lower nature comfort has destroyed humans since the beginning of time. Words and energy mismatch like oil and vinegar. Tribes and cliques develop mentalities that spread throughout lands. Bigotry lives. Humans, pigmentation, features, and culture bring forth war. Human versus human. Groups versus groups. Towns versus towns. Nations versus nations. Sensations. Segregation and degradation occupy too many souls here on earth. Humans plot chaos and corruption disguised as love. Where do prophets go when drained and need restoration? Poem.
Man, that shit just blew through here like a lonely $20 bill on the way to a stripper to the pole. In other words, it mattered. Let's go.
But I done said enough about this cap cut. I really need to take that down. But nah, that piece was very important. If y'all misunderstood what he was saying, y'all better go back and tap in. Come on, Queen. Yes, I found you this time. Look at that. Jesus must have took the wheel. You know what I'm saying? So with that, what's the second piece that you're giving to us tonight?
The piece is called Secrets.
Ooh, secrets. You know what? I don't like. Never mind.
I feel like secrets are the foundation of my family. Like my house got embedded in the sheetrock. My house was the first home my grandparents purchased when they left Brooklyn. And sometimes I feel like I can still hear muffled cries when I'm in my bedroom. And some days I can't tell if they're mine or not. And I wonder how many decades of we ain't speaking on it lived in this house before me. The walls, they're full of dents and bruises, stories of years of neglectful displays of love, but we don't address it. And why would we? Talking to walls is for crazy people. So ever so often we just repaint so that the tales of resentment don't spill out. After all, it ain't nothing like a fresh coat of deceit to make a room feel less like a psych ward. Conversations have always been a PTSD episode waiting to happen, so my tongue knew how to hand out a beating before my hand, knew how to collapse upon itself to create the shape of vengeance. My tongue created punchlines before my pen ever could, but my tongue always seems to fail me when I write poems like this. And for a while I told myself it was just my anxiety, because how dare I tell a story that ain't mine, or a story that is mine. I wonder if my poetry scares my parents, and what the fear of giving a microphone my thoughts might make them do. See, if the secret was the glue that held us together, then the exposure would have to be the acetone that could tear us apart. Like, what if I spit the poem and they change the locks? Like, what if I tell the truth and I break their hearts? Like, what if I give them my heart just to find out that they don't actually care, that they prefer my silence over my soul, that they're just gonna blame me for disturbing the delusions they were tricked into believing was the key to safeguarding a happy home. See, in my house, we don't keep no spare keys under the welcome mat. Cause nigga, that's the first place people look when they trying to break in. And we got a lot locked behind this door, and everyone ain't welcomed in. And don't nobody really know how to get out. And that's how I learned how to keep poems locked behind latches, locking them in the darkest places of my mind, because you never forget what you had to do to survive. So even though I don't live in that house anymore, there's still days where you can catch me checking my neck to see if I lost my keys. There are days where I find myself writing like this in my own house, and my own walls start to scream at me, and I have to ignore them, and I have to tell myself it's just the house settling. You know what they say, you can get that girl about that house, but you ain't getting them secrets about that girl. I thought if I left, I wouldn't have to worry about being haunted by those skeletons in those closets. I didn't realize that all I had been doing was bubble wrapping wraiths, delivering demons to a different doorstep. For the longest time, I kept saying, I gotta get the fuck up out of this house. just to wake up one day and realize I gotta get that house up out of me. Boom.
That was so heartfelt. I felt it beating out my chest. Oh.
Woo, woo. I'm this here, boy. I don't know, boy. I'm trying to tell y'all, she's shaking my soul over here. We're straight like that. Woo, Kels. Let's go, King.
Man,
I'm telling Kels with the wardrobe changes, everything. That's probably gonna be my question. You know, for the maybe Friday or something. Who did a wardrobe change or something like that? And I'm giving y'all the answer right now. This is the third time I've seen Kels in some different shit. But whatever. Okay, so what's the second piece you're giving us tonight?
I'm about to get petty, so this is called Bird's Eye View.
Whoops, I love petty. Let's go.
Let's get
Marianne,
petty.
you still in here? He said he about to get petty. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I got approached by a 6 foot, -6 inch short king the other day. He asked, was I staring at his lady, which is crazy because no McGrady, I am not the one to have a wandering eye, but I could tell she was hooked on I like the letter J. I started to walk away when she decided to say, bae, it's okay. He wouldn't know what to do with me anyways. Bird, please, why would you let that squeak from your beak? I wouldn't seek to give you a shot if I was a duck hunter toting poles, because it's all about the top with this bird like totem poles. You should stop. I wouldn't find out how many licks it took if you was a Tootsie Pop fam. Only you find this hoochie hot. It's a pair, and me and your chick can never be a pair. It's foul. Can you keep that dirty bird away from my dome? You could bank on the fact I'd leave her alone. Netflix and chill with who? This ain't the zoo. You could blindfold my left and my right eye. I still wouldn't play peekaboo with your bird box word eye. She about as regular as a pigeon and what? See, that's why the cage bird sings. She's mad that you saved her. She has no favor. Your bird and Worthy go together like Larry in a Lakers jersey. I heard your bird was known to swallow a cockatoo. See, there's guys that would peck her, but not I. She's a chicken head with ostrich legs and a penguin body. Translation, she's not fly. Y'all pillow talk like birds of a feather. That's why we couldn't flock together. This condor, thirsty. She need Dasani. I wouldn't holler back, girl, if you was Gwen Stefani. And if you mad after all of that, don't be angry bird. Remember, there's an app for that. Now the jokes is on. Judging by your taste, you probably poke a mine. I bet she do. Gotta catch 'em all. I don't care if the bird top is fire and she uses ice to zap those. I don't want nothing to do with her loogie. Ugh. I don't care if she can hawk Tua on great balls. She couldn't get my rocks off if I was sedimentary. Oh, you don't get it? You must be slow, bro. I don't care if the bird legendary. I still wouldn't make that a hoe. Oh, me fly down south? Oh, no, there's no visas given. Yo bird will remain untouched. I'm on a PETA mission. Yo chick can not catch the beats from me, even if she gave me an expired coupon and I was Peter Griffin. You need to listen. I wouldn't peck or make out with this featherweight. Bump a dinner date, she don't deserve takeout. Seeing me and Yo bird is like seeing a woman over 20 at Drake House. It's not happening. Them chances are A minor. This big bird is the prize? Surprise. That's a guy, a rooster in disguise. Let's not speak on this hen again. You should find something instead, man, like Oprah's king, but you won't because you don't have a spine. You a boneless wing. I'll pull your card and all. Y'all not real enough. And this is how you turn a bird to an X, like Elon must. See, I must figure out the nerve of you thinking that's a bird eye view. Time.
Boy, on my mama, that's the dope shit you can only get on the corner, baby. Believe that.
Why when they make you make the ugly face? I'm over here listening to the whole joint laughing like, yo, this guy pen is crazy. With that being said, man, her story true. Come on and close us out, boo. Hey.
How are
I'm
you?
gonna be real fast because I don't want the thing to come on. What's the second piece you giving us tonight?
So my second piece is gonna be Overdose.
Ooh, overdose. You can overdose on this caffeine. Never mind, I'm gone.
Overdose. They said you hooked. Addicted to what I am, heart rate elevated, the crash always happens fast. You need me so fucking bad. Mind hazy, pupils dilated, always contemplating a scheme to keep me within your grasp. I am what you need, craving me in all kind of ways. Why reason with the notion of recovery when I cover the pain you experience? No love to lose when you numb yourself to the impact. The way I strategically play with your mind, allowing you to reside in euphoria so you never have to touch reality. Puff, puff, give into my emptiness, dependent on the ways I lower your anxiety, creating miles of space with you and the actualization of what is actually happening. Inhale, shoot, taking lines of me. Who cares? Just overdose. I kill in slow motion. Don't fight it. Embrace the feeling. You will never see life the same. Don't fight it. With one hit of me, if you confused, I am the fix. The idea of happy ever after injected into veins, hardening your hearts, no more throbs. The silent killer, emotional devastation, I leave you shaking, quivering. My withdrawal is Russian roulette, so close to death, I may even take your breath away. Your ventricles now skip a few beats. A relationship with me will leave you begging, pleading, willing to sell your most prized possession, lurking in corners, your heart still broken, you choking on me continuously, trying to cope, to forget. The resentment of love's rejection and the action of affect, abusive tendencies, self-harming behaviors you now display. Pure devotion. I'm here to possess you mentally. Temporarily, I am your defense, your bestie, conjuring some form of the best you ever had, just not committed to actually delivering it, because every high I give is different. The ambiguous and fictitious nature of me being a resolution, placing your life in my hands, your head in this cloud of haze that creates cognitive distortions. The higher I take you, the harder you fall. Looking for love to loop you and elope with you. I'm the honeymoon, the dope to your dopamine. You be fiending, banging on trap house doors, willing to be a whore for my addiction. Just stable, unstable imitations of love, tricking you to believe that one shot of me won't violently destroy you. Relinquishing my attachment is not an option. What you hear is always opt-in. Optimizing your need for me, filling needles full of what I unnecessarily deliver. You now belong to me. So ride my wave. It's okay. Just to tweak out just a little bit, all geeked up for what I give. You just gotta have it right now. I know. I'm the latest strand, that good old kush, leaving you lost in memories, too loud, too quiet. My residue alone, enough to blow your heart out. No remorse for what I will do, what you will do to feed your addiction to this love affair with me. Most only desire the roses and the strawberries, not the feel-good I deliver. Never concerned with the intensity of my smack. Oh, how hard I make them hit bottom, because I'm the fix they always seek, will always need. One hit, never enough. Last hit will never bypass the first. In love with what was, the fix keeps them coming. Attempting to achieve that next great high. And my biggest lie, I'm the fix. Poem, her story true.
Well, no, it ain't no fireman, but that shit was fire, man.
I'll tell y'all what, man. We had a slow roll to the show, but the whole joint was fire. Like that last piece. Y'all better run. Leave her alone. Didn't she warning you? Right? Never mind. I'm blinking at you, letting you know, go. But now, with that being said, y'all know I gotta give these church announcements, man. With what we got going on Tuesday coming up.
You know what I'm saying? Black Rose. Black Rose is going to be on the Paul Cram show. Y'all already know it's Intellectual Conversations. Make sure that y'all tap in. Y'all know that's the show right before me, the night before. And we just come on into the Wind Down Wednesday with me right here. So make sure y'all tap in and get that in. Whoa, what else we got going on? Oh, yeah, Missing Link. I think Missing Link is also coming up next Tuesday. It be a lot of stuff coming. I got you. 11. What's that? CSTI? Yeah, 11. Tap in at 11, man. Missing Link, you know, in Clubhouse, the cafeteria, where you go finish those unfinished pieces, get a little advice, and it's just a fire room to be in, so make sure that y'all tap into that. Also, if you ain't got the best bomb, the best cheese, the best scrubs in the world, what are you waiting on? You missing out. Coastal Sunflower Body Scrubs at the.com to get you some. And last but not least, make sure you wake up with gratitude so it shows in your attitude so you can reach those major altitudes. And guess what? It's another show. Another one bites the dust, y'all. And we out. Let's go.
Yeah, man, so we made it to the end of another tremendously dope show. Y'all already know Key-notez gonna be thanking y'all tomorrow with her little foo-foo praise dance. Y'all know that's what she praised everybody for tapping on in. You know, I go to church too. Like, hey, man, we made it through another show, man, and I'd like to thank my damn self for being the host with the most, the mother sucker that I am. Yeah, you heard it. I was a bad mother sucker, and I'm out. Let's go.